ready, you can get started.
Seahawks lose in overtime, 26-20. And they actually shouldn't have been in overtime because we missed a PAT. So that would have changed the entire, who knows what would have happened. But the Seahawks, just a very disappointing way to lose. I thought here's some positive things. Number one, Ernest Jones, he's the answer. You saw him just obliterate a running back on a blitz, and you see him really attacking the line of scrimmage. JSN, the whole question all week was, can he be DK Metcalf? Can he be explosive? He comes up with 180 yards in receiving and 2 touchdowns. So I really like that. Cody White, guy that a lot of people hadn't heard of. He had 44 yards in receiving, and then he blocked a punt, which typically, and I told this story on the air, Rusty Tillman, the late great Rusty Tillman, who was my special team coach with the Seahawks, he had a stat that was crazy. It was like 90% of the time, if you block a punt, you win the game. Well, they got really close, but as far as the bad side goes to it, I mean, the penalties, which usually I don't harp on, they really killed them. At the end of the year, you look at teams that get lots of penalties. It's not like that's a stat that indicates whether you go to the playoffs or not. Sometimes the most penalized teams go to the playoffs and actually win a Super Bowl. But the Seahawks 12 for 95, and I thought a lot of those were in inopportune times. So that was bad. And then the right side of the line has to be fixed. And I'm going to miss a lot of stuff here, but the right side of the line, they were running stunts with Fisk and Verse, and those 2 guys are rookies, and we couldn't pick it up. And so I'm surprised they didn't continue to do that. So that part, it was Anthony Bradford and Michael Jarrell, which you can understand, both very young guys, but they got to be able to pick that up at some point. So it was tough for Geno. He got sacked 7 times. I mentioned the missed PAT. So I don't know how good of a team this is, the Rams, but they always seem to play us really tight. And it was a good win for them. But for the Seahawks, they got to regroup, find out a way to protect Geno, stop making so many mistakes. That's 2 weeks in a row where they've really shot themselves in the foot, especially things like, a high snap.